How many electronic products do you own? I check the ones in my house. A computer, a tablet, a gaming console, a digital camera, a mobile phone, a fridge, microwave, not to mention a DVD player and a home theatre system to watch my favorite films. In fact, it came to an astounding 25 gadgets in all. But what happens to these possessions once they reach the end of life? Should I simply supply them to the kabadiwala who in turn funnels it into the informal sector which carries high health and environmental risks? It's a fact that this e-waste is the darker side of today's digital age. So are there better, more responsible ways to handle our growing heaps of disposed electronic goods? Here is the story of a company on quest for zero e-waste.
Selampur, 15 kilometers away from New Delhi, the biggest scrap market in the country. India generates around 800,000 tons of electronic waste every year. Only 3% of the e-waste reaches authorized recyclers. Most of the waste given to scrap dealers ends up in underground recycling markets like this one, where informal recyclers work without protective clothing and chemical residues contaminate water and soil.
Last year, we sold 10 million computers. Every month we sell 5 to 10 million cell phones, depending on which month you pick, right? There are 10 million DVD players in India. There are 100 million television sets in India. Each of these electronic equipment has a certain lifespan, after which it will become end of life. So this definitely is a growing problem. It's a problem which needs a solution, and it's a problem which needs a technical solution more than any other waste management field primarily.
We realized that end-of-life electronic products are not only waste, but they are also really hazardous for the environment, right? And we found out that a lot of children and women are working in this sector to actually take out whatever material is possible, and they dump the rest of it. It's a health impact, it had an environmental impact, and it had a social impact.
The magnitude of the problem was enough to inspire Nitin to team up with his brother Rohan in order to set up a recycling facility for e-waste.
Electronic waste as a stream of business sounded very attractive because therein technology disruption could be possible, and that technology disruption could lead to a sustainable business opportunity which has sustainable impact on the entire society. Fundamentally, the decision to start Attero in 2008 was to ensure that we can bring the technology skill sets, bring it to a sustainable business model and achieve zero e-wastage.
Located in Roorkee, approximately 200 kilometers away from Delhi, Attero Recycling is India's largest end-to-end e-waste recycling company.
So we sort of run India's best refurbishing facility, where we refurbish mostly IT equipments like computers, laptops, mobile phones, LCDs, LEDs and so on and so forth, and make it to OEM-like quality, right, and take care of data security along the way. So that's one portion of the plant. The second portion of the plant is to take care of sort of electronic waste which is not very valuable in nature, but is an environmental hazard. For example, like refrigerators, air conditioners which contain CFC gas in them, or CFLs which contain mercury in them. They're the technical problem, and a technical solution is different. The third part of this plant is to extract precious metals and base metals from high value electronic waste, like the printed circuit board that comes out of a computer or mobile phone.
Electronic waste from 500 cities in the country makes its way to this factory where it is sorted.
Standing here is the second stage of recycling. First stage is after everything comes in, it's unloaded, and then it's either shifted to refurbishing if it's refurbishable and there's a client agreement there, or it goes to a dismantling section. After dismantling, it comes to this area for mechanical recycling. So the machine that you're seeing right here, just behind me, is an automatic shredding machine. It's a quad shredder which does a shearing action, and the reason for shredding is it reduces the size and liberates the metals and increases the recycling efficiency.
From the shredder, the printer circuit boards or PCBs are put in the component removal machine.
The machine right behind me is an innovation done by Attero. It's the reverse process of a PCB manufacturing process. The way it's manufactured, it's a multi-layered copper board which has a lot of FRP, which is fiber grade plastic in it, and on top of it different components are populated on top of the PCB board. What we have developed is an anti-reverse process of the same, where automatically we desolder and remove these components and then separate them using our own intelligence that we have automated into high precious metal, medium and zero precious metal grade, which is then put into the process separately.
After the mechanical process, the extracted metal undergoes a chemical process, which does not use cyanide or lead. This indigenous process was developed in its R&D division under the supervision of their Director of Technology, Pranamesh Das.
Our process typically is a mix of pyro and hydrometallurgy, and what we get at the end of the day is precious metals, primarily gold, silver and platinum of a grade which is equivalent or higher in purity and overall efficiency that some of the best companies in this industry are using.
The copper that comes out from here is then sent back to the pulverizing machine, which we shot in the third section. Then after that, where some metal separation happens, we put it in the smelter, right? The reason for smelting is to reduce any non-metallics. Now there's a lot of innovation that's happened in the smelting stage by Attero, basically trying to design the right kind of a metallurgical process, which includes the right kind of a furnace, the right kind of a flux and the right operating conditions.
Creating wealth from waste. Attero is set to clear the mess created by the digital revolution in not just India, but abroad.
Again, Zero was largely innovated within India by Aryabhatta. Attero, if you look at it from a parallel perspective, is our contribution to the world from a waste management perspective. Nothing of this sort that we have done in this company today exists across the world, right? At the scale, at the sort of economics, it doesn't exist. And that's our innovation. And if we can really take it to the world and make it as popular as Zero was, obviously it will be good for all of us.
Over the past half hour, we have showcased people who have cared enough to make garbage not just their business, but everyone's business. And to educate people that garbage, if utilized properly, is good. They see potential where earlier it was only a problem. The goal is to crack that zero to ensure that there is zero wastage in India. And these are revolutionary people who dare to believe in the idea of Shunya. If you too have an idea or an innovation that is solving or has the potential to solve some of the biggest problems we are facing today, you can write into us at powerofshunya13@timesgroup.com. This could earn you a chance to feature on this show. Next week, we continue our quest for zero and bring more Indians who dare to believe and innovate. Till then, it's me, Anupam Kher, saying goodbye.
Next week, our quest to find innovators continues. Can fortified rice help in the fight against malnutrition? A scientific formula that is helping infants with lactose intolerance. And a company that is using the humble biscuit to provide nutrition to children.